Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movie kisses that made you cry. For this list, we'll be looking at the best story-defining smooches that turned on the waterworks. Since plot points will be discussed, a spoiler alert is now in effect. Which movie kisses tug at your heartstrings every time? Sound off in the comments. Number 10, Make-A-Wish, The Fault in Our Stars.
The problem, of course, is that there's no way of knowing that your last good day is your last good day.
Hazel Grace couldn't exactly be described as an optimist, but we can't blame her. Her cancer has left her with badly functioning lungs, which she has to deal with while also trying to survive being a teenager. But an unexpected connection with fellow cancer patient Augustus Waters gives her something to be hopeful about. Their bond is so deep, in fact, that he uses his wish to take her to Amsterdam to meet her favourite author. By the time they finally kiss at the Anne Frank house, we don't know if we're crying because of how much they've been through or the fact that she's finally happy. Either way, the tears start streaming, and they just don't stop.
When Hazel was sick, I knew I was dying, but I didn't want to say so.
Number 9, Kiss of Death, Edward Scissorhands.
Well, then why'd you do it?
Because you asked me to.
You probably wouldn't expect an unconventional retelling of Frankenstein's monster to end up on this list. But the kiss shared between Kim and Edward is nothing short of incredibly emotional. The product of a dead inventor, the unfinished Edward is extremely out of place in Kim's world, but that doesn't stop her from falling for him. Unfortunately, by the time she acts on her love, the majority of the town has turned against the unusual boy. Their story can only finish tragically then, and their first kiss ends up being their last.
Goodbye.
That's enough to drive anyone to tears.
I love you.
Number 8, Kiss at the Beach, Moonlight.
You was waiting for me? Well, nice to see you too. What you doing out here, man?
This unforgettably moving story starts during main character Chiron's younger years, as he gets hardened by life, his family, and his environment. There seems a brief hope, however, when he shares a loving moment with his friend Kevin. But the tender scene is quickly replaced by a sad one, as Kevin beats Chiron up shortly afterwards. The stark juxtaposition between these two scenes is heartbreaking.
Stay down!
And looking back, the turmoil to come definitely makes their beach kiss that much more significant. This movie takes you through a range of intense emotions, from hopeful to outright mournful. It's no wonder then it won the Oscar for Best Picture. Number 7, Sacrificial Kiss, The Darkest Minds. The idea of having superpowers may seem great, but the trade-off that 98% of people die of a disease before they get them certainly makes the whole concept less appealing.
Ruby, you are very, very rare. Among the most powerful.
And what's more, in this film, the 2% survivors get locked up. That's what happens to Ruby. But right when it seems things couldn't get any worse, a small light at the end of the tunnel named Liam comes into her life. We start to believe that the duo could be happy together.
Hey, Liam.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But then the carpet is yanked out from under us, as Ruby ultimately wipes all traces of herself from Liam's memory while they kiss. We'd perhaps be less emotional if we knew more movies were coming, but sadly there's no confirmed sequel. Number 6, A Part of Each Other, If Beale Street Could Talk.
The day I realized Fonny was in love with me was strange. It was the day he gave Mama that sculpture.
The chemistry between actors Kiki Lane and Stefan James makes their on-screen love story so believable. But the writing allows you to really immerse yourself in it. Hearing the way Tish talks about Fonny sure hits hard. Theirs is a happy love, but a desperately sad situation. Still, there's so much warmth between the two.
Okay, Fanny. Okay.
And when the pair finally shares a kiss on screen, we can't help but feel like they're truly meant to be. Throughout the years, their love grows and changes, yet it always remains pure and wholesome, which makes their tragic circumstances all the more difficult to accept. Number 5. Final moments. The Notebook.
I remember now. It was us.
To this day, Noah and Ali are one of the most beloved and well-known couples in romance movie history. And it's not hard to see why.
It wasn't over. Still isn't over.
We watch the endearing pair fall for one another, but we also see how their love stands the test of time. A lifetime and dementia diagnosis later, they're still a perfect match.
What happened to me?
Nothing. You just went away for a little while.
There's more than one tear-worthy embrace throughout this film, but their final kiss really takes the cake. In the end, Ali remembers Noah, and they're both ready to see just how far their love can take them. Their story is fitting, but the ups and downs take us on a real journey to this point. Number 4. The Engagement. A Walk to Remember.
I might kiss you.
I might be bad at it.
Nicholas Sparks' adaptations are known to make their viewers weep, and this movie is no exception. The popular guy falling for the nerdy girl is a classic trope, so it could feel cliché. But Landon and Jamie have a special story, as her terminal illness puts a time limit on things. Their love goes from being heartwarming and sweet to heartbreakingly tragic.
You're my angel.
Yet despite their doomed fate, the pair make the most of each moment together. Landon proposing to fulfill Jamie's wish of getting married in the same church as her parents is proof of that.
Will you marry me?
The kiss they share in that moment is tender, calm, incredibly bittersweet, and almost too painful to bear.
Jamie and I had a perfect summer together. With more love than lots of people know in a lifetime.
Number 3. Kiss of Appreciation. Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. In a franchise this big, there's always some plot point to keep up with. So by the time Kylo Ren and Rey meet up in this movie, most viewers are already heavily invested in their individual stories and family backgrounds.
And Han Solo, you feel like he's the father you never had. He would have disappointed you.
Get out of my head.
And seeing the Jedi fight Darth Vader's descendant had everyone on the edge of their seats. The last thing you might expect then is for the storyline to end in such a touching manner. But when Ben saves Rey's life at the cost of his own, it's an epic ending, with not a dry eye in the house. Number 2. Reunion Revelation. Brokeback Mountain. It's no secret that many movie love stories end in heartbreak and tragedy. But this one takes the pain to a whole other level. The movie is set in a time where it's dangerous to be openly gay.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
So when cowboys Ennis and Jack fall for one another, they're forced to face a difficult reality. Their love is essentially forbidden, so they both marry women and start families. Despite this, they never stop loving each other. So when Jack shows up at his former flame's home, they can't help but share an intense kiss. Sadly, Ennis's wife Alma sees the embrace, making for a movie moment that's truly stacked with all kinds of emotion.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Final Goodbye. Me Before You. The best romances are the ones where the couple make each other better people, and Louisa and Will definitely fit that bill. Will doesn't have much desire to live, while Lou wants to make the most out of every day. As his newly appointed caregiver then, she decides to bring him joy. Of course, they fall for each other in the process. And through the love that they develop, Lou eventually chooses to stand by the decision that Will has made for his life, despite the pain it causes. Their goodbye kiss punctuates an already heart-wrenching storyline, making it impossible to hold back tears.
Don't think of me too often. I don't want you getting sad. Just live well.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.